Hey guys, come on in.
Hey, what's going on, Bob?
Hey, what's up?
How are you feeling today?
You need a beer, man? Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Good, man.
I'm feeling pretty frisky.
Keeping your hands tight to your thighs?
Oh, yeah, right. Just like Elvis.
Christmas thighs.
Not the fat Elvis, though. Yeah.
Man, I just watched the film, the Bootsey X Extravaganza. What a great lineup of bands and friends.
Yeah, definitely.
It was great you did a few numbers with the Lovemasters.
Yeah, it was. And we had, we even had a special guest, Jeff Grant. He co-wrote one of our more famous songs.
What did he play on that?
He played, he had a great guitar riff that I wrote kind of a song around it. And then Don's brother-in-law, Robert Crenshaw, came up with the song title, actually, Genius from the Waist Down. Yeah. So, that's a great riff.
Yeah, man, we had the Boners there, the Space Heaters, the Meltdowns, Timmy Vulgar. It was a great lineup in Detroit. All your friends, man.
Fuck yeah. Timmy Vulgar played in both of them. Played in both of them. Marcy Boland showed up at both of them.
Yeah, the Boners opened up with the Itch, man. It's absolute Detroit gem, man. Did you see those guys at Bookies? Or
all the time. In fact, they used to switch names. They had a different lineup that was really hilarious with Mike Rushlow and Steve King. Well, Steve King was in all the lineups, but Mike Rushlow, he was really hilarious. He was in the Pigs.
You have a lengthy history playing Bookies with Cole Cock and the Ramrods. You were at the forefront of punk rock with both those bands. Can you tell us more about your experiences at Bookies?
Well, we also had a band with the Bouncers, and it's called the Radiators.
That was
and our debut gig, and then there was one with Art Lysak called the Cheatsy Flies. And it was a couple times we played on the same night, of course. I'm known for that.
Pre-Cold Cock?
No, Cold Cock. I wasn't even in the band, but they needed a drummer, so I played the first show. I played a few other ones. Then Andy actually said he was a hairdresser making money, and he goes, "Well, we'll buy you a drum set or something, But they wanted a dependable drummer. They had one really good one that I got on CD. That's I didn't even play on it, but it's phenomenal.
You had a couple Cold Cock reunions of recent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so a couple people heard about it.
I Want to Be Rich was included on the first Kill by Death punk comp.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people got a chance to hear that 45.
Yeah, and what's weird is they sped it up even more. That's what's stupid about it, because it was too fast to begin with. And believe me, I was only on instant coffee, but it was really way too fast. And he sang it good, everybody played on it good, but and then the other side was a song called You're a Mess, which some people like better, that Gerald and Andy wrote. And in fact, the Lovemasters do some of those songs still, including I Want to Be Rich.
You also played with the Sillies, an early punk rock band, Nicky and the Corvettes. Yeah. Was there a lot of jamming going on? Were you guys hanging around with each other?
There was sometimes. In fact, Johnny Thunders and Wayne Kramer, I have pictures, in a scrapbook that I can't get a hold of. But yeah, a picture of me on stage with both those guys. Maybe not Johnny Thunders, but actually he was at a Radiator show and we did some Johnny Thunders and New York Dolls. And he's standing next to me at the bar and I go, "Hey, Johnny, we're doing one of your songs next. Do you want to sing it?" He's just, duh. And then, so he's still waiting when I get up on stage. And then he recognizes, he goes, I wrote this song. So he comes leaping on the stage. Yeah, grabs the microphone.
That's when he was living in Chelsea here?
He was living in, wherever, the right people were for him. Yeah, he lived with out in Ann Arbor for a while when they had gang war. And there was a guy that was funding the band through his profits. And it didn't last very long, And Wayne, you know, of course, is completely sober now. And he did at least one really great solo album, the first one on Epitaph.
When did you meet Ron Asheton from the Stooges?
You want to hear how I met him? No, I mean, I had seen him before, but I had a problem one night, and instead of drinking, I don't know, you know, I did something else, and of course, you know, I didn't know my tolerance. So I think he carried me home or something, you know, I don't know. It was stupid, but it's one of those things. At Bookies, it's kind of like second childhood for almost everybody that went there.
Well, you became friends with Ron Asheton as time went on.
Yeah, yeah. He played he recorded, well, in Dark Carnival, he did such a great solo that I got paid a couple $100 to have it put on this Dark Carnival release, which I don't think you can get anymore. But I put, like, not from the original tape, but I put it on the Lovemasters' first EP. It's only 6 songs. And even that guy, I mean, it had distribution and got good reviews. But it was put in a jewel case that made it look like a single. CD single. So a lot of chains like Tower Records, which I worked for later, wouldn't carry it. And I asked this guy Patrick to put it out. I go, well, can you re-release it? But now he's advertising. He goes, I don't even want that on the album. And then now he's advertising this, featuring Ron Asheton since he died. But we played Ron's memorial at the music hall, and of course it got snowed out.
It was a great night.
It was great, yeah.
You played in Dark Carnival and are on the Welcome to Show Business LP. You sound great singing the Stooges songs with Ron Asheton and Cheetah Chrome on guitar and Scott playing drums. I don't fucking know if it gets any cooler than that, man.
Well, yeah, Cheetah sang fucking great. It was odd. That was when he partied. I think he's straight now also. But once he got picked up from the airport and he was drinking beer, and then he drank nonstop through the practice, through the next day. He never went to sleep. And then I think he copped something crazy, you know, at the gig for Stiff Vaders. Because somebody was like bouncing him off the floor at the end. And then Ron says, hey, you know, we're leaving Cheetah here. So, and I wasn't in great shape at that gig either. You know, but, and I hate my voice on that recording.
Really?
Oh, you know, all that shit wrecks your voice, wrecks your skin, your hair.
That was a benefit for the Stiff Vader family?
Yeah, Stiff Vaders was very, very good. He came to a party, we had Pogo Ray through it when I lived with Vince and Pogo Ray, and it's after hours, after Dead Boys played Bookies, and he mooned the landlady. Yeah, so we almost got thrown out.
You and Niagara have had a long friendship, and I know you're a big fan of her music stylings and her art. Do you still talk to her?
I haven't been talking to her. She said I was boring the last time I talked to her. The brain tumor made me boring, so I don't know. Believe it or not, a lot of people have had a real riot with this brain tumor biz.
Yeah, like what?
Stealing The Only Girl I Ever Really Loved. That's one of them. And sending these vicious text messages. Yeah, I saved them though. Yeah, they're gonna answer for that, believe me. And my sister, Deborah Dearest, Deborah Armstrong. Okay, go on.
The few songs you had with the Ramrods finally released on vinyl like 30 years after the band existed.
Yeah.
It's a nice slice of Detroit punk.
Yeah. There's some live tracks that I really wanted on there too, and Dave Hanna like helped master and all that. And Dave, I've been playing with Dave since he was 17. And he looked identical to Johnny Thunders in the glam rock days. He had fucking stacked hair. He looked great. Every girl was totally in love with him. Because he's really good looking still. Yeah.
You still
and like I said, skin, yeah, he looks like he never even partied. And he did for a short time.
You still in touch with Mark Norton, the singer of the Ramrods?
I haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah. He's still good for some laughs.
Don Was produced a video, a reissue of Here It Comes with the Ramrods.
It's on that video channel. Yeah, my damn channel. Right. Yeah. And in fact, I turned that on. I said this one guy, Joey Buttafuoco, when he was a comedian, named Ted Riot, you know, anagram of Detroit. He had a belt buckle and everything. I suggested that he send one of his performances to Don Was. So he was always bum rushing me when I was over at their house, you know. Hey man, we gotta go to karaoke night at Belmont. You know, hey man, you know, and we gotta write a song together based on Bye Bye American Pie. It's just like, and he goes, you know, you can play guitar. And I go, you know, I don't play guitar. And he goes, well, what about that Eminem guy? And I go, well, I'll give you his number. And so he got a hold of him. But unfortunately, Steve was in a slight relapse of his own. And he told him, but Steve he's one of my NA sponsors. He's great. He's worked with Eminem. He's worked on some of our Lovemasters recordings right from the day one. And including when it was 8-track. He worked on this thing, Janie's Gym. It's like a novelty song. It was, you know, based on Jane Fonda at the time. And I took some of the words based on Doonesbury. And so anyway, yeah, that was another epic. I played drums on that. To a click track, I'm sure, in case it got airplay, if you can believe it. Some people liked it, but anyway, what else? Steve King was on that. I have another NA sponsor that works at Street Corner Music, but he doesn't return phone calls. But he's a great guy. Yeah. In fact, I told my personal cab driver about my two friends at Street Corner Music. Chris, from the Meltdowns. Yeah, and Tattoo Aaron.
What year did you come from behind the drums and start the Lovemasters?
Well, I started lurching, doing that up front. I was singing with Mike Murphy's first punk rock band called the Denizens. They were from Livonia, if you can believe it. Yeah, and that's how I even met Mike. He's standing, he's like this tall, you know, he's going, well, does the word slow death mean anything to you? Yeah, so I played drums in his band too, the Space Eaters, and Dave Hanna's in it. Yeah, and he's an incredible songwriter. And we do, matter of fact, the reissue, the Bobby Beyond in his spaceship jazz, Bootsey X, Nate Nugget, all that crapola. When I do my solo album, the label's going to be called Sympathy for the Niagara Industry. Yeah. But they brought up Long Gone, you know, to meet me at Desirable Disc one time. That was cool. But I never got to talk to him. No, actually, I seen him at Magic Stick or something. But, you know, I was out of my mind probably, you know. Same with when I met Tim Warren from Crypt. Same thing. Nerves, you know.
Gerald was in Coldcock and later became your guitar player in the Lovemasters. You and him have wrote quite a few songs together.
Yeah, we have. We got some more that are unfinished, but we're, in fact, that reminds me, the MySpace, yeah, talking about fun with the brain tumor. Okay, well, I guess it was getting too many hits. It was into the hundreds before, then it got into the thousands, and then somebody took the time to put rap music in place of my song.
Hacked your MySpace?
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
Lovemasters?
My ex-girlfriend kindly put that whole MySpace page together, and her MySpace page is a riot. I go, you know, she will not be named at this point, but I go, babe, you don't have to put down every movie you've ever seen. Right. You know, under your favorite movies. But she's like that.
The Lovemasters are a funk punk band with a sax player, the Sugar Babes of Soul backup singers, 2 guitars. It's a lot bigger sound than a punk band would be.
The Lone Sugar Babe, right here. She's got her own song.
How many Sugar Babes of Soul were there?
There's been millions. And I had my way with a few of them. I don't know, a couple were really my girlfriends. And this one, she was a sweet girl. She went to high school in Greece, believe it or not. She was kind of naive. I don't know why she didn't understand the way I was before she fell in love with me. But the last time I seen her, we started making out, and she goes, "You're still the best kisser, and I'll always love you."
Oh.
Yeah. She herself was a fucking great kisser. Besides this, she will not be named. So is Christy, as a matter of fact. She let me get some tongue action. And Kat.
I know there's been a lot of people through the Love Masters. Can you name a few core players?
Don Peoples. Can we get Don Peoples behind us? He's got a million songs. Every time he opens his mouth, I got a new song title. Girl with the Golden Tush is the is the latest. He wrote that about Irene. What's her name? Precious Pup. That's one of her nicknames. Vicious Ree, Sister Ree.
I know you had Greasy Carlisi.
I'm sorry, Greasy Carlisi, Randy Ramjet, whatever. You know, Randy, he also plays in the Twists and Tarantulas, who apparently some people think have really made it, and I haven't. Yeah, and Horse also. Yeah, so they had to send that to me in the mail in the midst of my brain tumor, to fuck with my brain, I guess. Yeah. They say, you can use these, I bet. And I go, you know what, you can use them. I'll tell you where to put them to.
You also toured with Fortune recording artist and badass Andre Williams, Nathaniel Mayer. Those shows must have been killer. Tell me how the tours went.
Nathaniel Mayer, he's a complete riot. Yeah. He was funny. In fact, he named the album "Why Won't They Let Me Be Black?" Yeah, he asked for a hamburger every fucking restaurant we went to, all these nice restaurants, and all they served was cheese. And the driver, Jean-Luc, he would talk about. He goes, pizza's junk food. John, and Irene, Sister Ree, she goes, Bob, there's more foods than pizza. And I go, there's not. Tell me about them.
How was the Andre tour?
Well, we did some out-of-town shows, but Andre was messed up during. He's completely straight also right now.
Were you part of the Silky LP?
Yeah, I recorded on. He thought that was going to be the song I'm on, a radio hit. Let me put it in. Yeah, and that was a fun song to play. One time, Don played with him also. Don, I think he might have played with Nathaniel Mayer like long time ago. Yeah, him and Denny Robot. In fact, Marshall Crenshaw and Robert Crenshaw were in Denny and the Robots.
You're playing drums on the song "The Stooge" by the Rocket 455 with Danny Dowrod on guitar that came out on the Electric Detroit count.
Yeah, those recordings were some of my favorite recordings too, because we recorded it in the basement. I guess he's calling it Launchpad Studios or something. Jeff Meyer was kind of the leader of that band, and he played really good guitar, and then Danny was second guitar, and it was kind of not the same when Danny quit. So he was in the Demolition Dowrods with Margaret Dowrod, who told me she flew all the way from Little Italy to do my second benefit. So Margaret, and Margaret Dowrod's favorite Love Masters song is "Mr. Bubble." That's the first song I ever wrote, of course, in the grocery store.
What was it like making Michigan Babylon with Kim Fowley? There was quite a few Detroit musicians on that LP.
That was also a riot, because Kim Fowley's one of my idols, and he spoke in that Metro Times thing. There's one copy left around here. I was going to sell it to this girl's father, but I don't know, it's probably too late. He refers to me as a dumbass.
How long did you hang out with Fowley?
As much as possible, and then we had this guy, there was a CD release party for the soundtrack to a DVD that never came out, never got shown anywhere. Of course, it's called Born to Lose. And the guy that put it out, did it. He was a rich kid also, and it got funded by his mother. But he was a nice guy. He wrote a really cool review of the first EP, or the 45, Hot Pants Power, on in Flipside. And we started, Patrick put me in touch with him. And then so we went out there, and Patrick Buzel, who Matt Smith is working with closely, and with the Andre and the Nathaniel shit. It's all on one of Patrick's labels. We were on Total Energy. And it's all part of BOMB. So Greg Shaw, the founder of BOMB, he showed up for the show also. And there was this tall girl, kind of sleazy, but not too bad looking. Anyway, she was tall, and she was on her way inside, and then Greg says, "I'll pay your way, but you got to get on stage with the Lovemasters." So she did, and she was acting out to the song called "Blow Me to Death," which is originally a Cold Cock song, but I wrote new words to it, and so she's acting out to that. And then afterwards, she goes, I really like to get to know you better. And she gave me her card and said Swedish massage, but Swedish had 2 E's in it. So needless to say, we didn't get I never called her number.
You miss working in a record store?
Oh yeah, that was a riot. That was like, in fact, I guess one of the guys I work for, he's going out of business again, but or not again, but anyway, yeah, him. I got the lowdown from his best man, Frank Rossi, over there. Got to screen the phone calls here. Honest to God. I say, yeah, Frito Bandito. That's their name again. Sorry, these are got the symbolic Fritos here, but I'm not gonna say what they're about.
What's one of your favorite LPs you stumbled on at the record stores when you were working there?
Outrageous by Kim Foley. And then a lot of James Brown original, 45s. You know, I found, in fact, Chris Flanagan pointed out there was a record that I covered. I didn't even think I could hit the notes, but I did. It's called Hot Pants Power. So I made it a 45, and then everybody outdid themselves on that. Gerald did a solo. Came out on 45 on Windy Case and Freddie Fortune's label called Happy Hour, and then me and Gerald co-wrote the B-side called The Snapper. In fact, Chris pointed out some jazz album called The Snapper, so he's... I even steal from the Disney Channel, as you, I hope you know.
Miley Cyrus?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Long legs.
So you got anything to add to this interview, Bob?
Yeah, I wanted to say something about ADD. I've had it since I was 17. Started doing bad in school. Before that, I was really good. And I was a swimmer. And that was like a real drain also. And I did 2 practices a day. My senior year of high school, and that's when everything started going south. And my first girlfriend that I was in love with, my high school girlfriend, we didn't go all the way. And anyway, that happened with a topless dancer, like, you know, a couple years later. But yeah, most people, you know, do all that. And my friend, well, anyway, my friend lost custody of her kids, and she's pretty uptight about it. So she's got a lot of morons, and you know, that are actually, I think, doing her no good at all. But self-righteous do-gooders, yeah, and they're helping her with her case, and I don't think they're helping her out. And that's why her dad, you know, who did like me at one time, he actually wrote a book about rare 60s Detroit or Michigan records, yeah. But he didn't know my real name. And so he sent me a friend request, and he didn't answer it at first or something, I don't know. Because he only thought my name was Bootsey. Because this girl's never called me by my real name, so it's kind of funny. So I said, well, you can tell your dad he can call me SpongeBob Tight Pants. Yeah. You know, or you know what? I think one of my new names should be, besides Nate Nugget and the Puzzle People. That's going to be coming up. I got to copyright that name. Maybe that'll handle it. Puzzle People. And okay. The Evil Boots. Yeah, you're talking to him. Bootsey X, he's famous for all the wrong reasons. Can you see all this bullshit here? These are the things I'm famous for. You can see that there's lots of rattle in there. You see these vodka bottles that were opened tonight. Well, not this one, but this one's been sitting here like almost 2 months. See how much it is in there? I had to spend $25 in a cab to go get something called Boost Bar, which relaxes me. It's not addicting though. And I've been taking it for 15 years. Yeah. So $15 out of my pocket. And then money's going out the door like crazy because people don't trust me. When I ask them, I go, well, I'm going to fight this hospital bill. And then they hang up on me when I get mad. I just don't know. And he also called this girl a dumb broad, so I don't know if I can, you know. But he's done other favors for me, so he's in the thank yous. And his girlfriend. Let's see. But yeah, this Laura, Gladys Halloween, you know, she's a witch. Saved her text messages. I'm gonna definitely go on that. Deborah Dearest, my sister. So she's here's her 15-page love letter. It's 15 pages. I should get a book binder for this. 15 pages of character assassination. 15 pages to say why I couldn't move to a different nursing home. And I told my cab driver today, I go, because he had a retarded young kid in the back seat, so he could save some time. And I go, well, you smell that? That smells just like Eastwood, you know. And the beloved Eastwood. That's my sister. She goes, the last time I talked to her, she goes, it sounds like you were doing better at Eastwood. I go, you know what, Debbie? I guess I about heard enough. And then so I called her back, and because I was in a shitty mood when I talked to her, I had a bunch of ass problems, let's call it, you know, because of stress probably. Because I eat right, believe it or not, besides the pizza. And so yeah, and I'm walking down the street, and then she called me, and I was all uptight. And then she said that, and then I called her back because my friend called me when she was in, of course, a really great mood. She goes, I'm calling you from band practice. These kids are screaming their heads off in the background from her band, Chai and the Family Stone. And so I wanted to do something for those kids, and I made a press release and all this other stuff, and it didn't happen. And somebody from the band says, well, it's probably not going to happen, and you're still going to have to show up. So that was another thing, not showing up, that I was famous for at one time. So yeah, I showed up, and I was on time, and I had a good time.
It was a good show.
Yeah. You had it on film. In fact, hopefully you'll use some of this in this tragedy of a movie. No, in this movie, benefit movie. Because yeah, it's one of the best shows we ever did. We had a drummer that played really good, Greasy Carlisi, Gerald, Ricky Rat. Yeah, and you know, they're going to be on the solo album also. I mean, it's not like any complete break at all. It's just I'm going to have, like, you know, hopefully Steve King, Mike Marshall. I'd like Matt Smith to be involved. He's the reason I got to Europe, because there was another person that promised me I could try audition for a tour, drummer, Mary from the Colberts. No, didn't happen. I said, all you got to do is promise me a half-an-hour audition, and it didn't happen. She took her idol, Kenny, best friend, and they fired him at the end, and then they came to see me, her and her buddy, Cole Molina, and it was, I had set up my drum set different ways all the time, unfortunately. So I played badly, and then, yeah, with Circus Boy. And the guitarist at that time, he started every intro different than I ever heard it. So it sounded like shit. And then, so I never heard from him again. No high pain, sitting gigs or nothing. It's either Kenny. What she says about Kenny, she goes, Kenny's the perfect drummer for the Cobras because he can party all night, fuck a girl standing up, and then get up and play the gig. And I said, that's what it takes. Okay, alright. But I don't do that no more. You know? I don't stay up all night with you, because that's what I used to do. In fact, her story at one time, she goes, what keeps Bootsey coming around? This is garbage. Yeah, fuck that shit. Makes you paranoid. And wrecks your nostrils, you know, the whole shot. Yeah. I mean, I've saved pictures when I look like complete fucking shit. And actually some girls like me because they think I look young for my age. Hopefully Christy will come back. All the other ones leave me. No, I've had 3 girls at least wanted to marry me, and then one of them, including this person, she set herself up to be hurt. You know, I said it right from the beginning. You know, my whole deal here, don't fall in love with me because my deal here is, you know, I want to get back with my previous girlfriend. She goes, all right. And then we had a bunch of fun. And then it happened anyway. You know, couldn't get rid of her. It's just like you set yourself up to be hurt, and then now you blaming me. So you know, I hate to hurt girls' feelings. See this girl? You know her,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, she's a nice girl. She's kind of hard to deal with. Not hard to deal with. She's just a nice girl, and I don't want to hurt her feelings. You know, I called her back a couple times, but she used to call me too much. Well, what the fuck, you know? She's got her own little business card. I don't have that. Well, no, I had one that says record appraiser. I did that for over 20 years. And then, so now, after the middle of my life, I find out I'm finally getting SSI for a learning disability. I mean, ADD. And I started that when I was 17. And my sister's mother had that. She couldn't even change the channel with a remote control. She had to have my former godson come over and change it for her. Can you believe that? But she was, you know, she's all right. You know, she was affectionate, and so was my dad when I was growing up. And, but they're the family of guilt trips, and they're never stopped. And then my sister's carrying on the tradition. But, yeah, I don't know. There's so much bullshit, horseshit. Get that word here, horseshit. Well, and racial epithets. Fuck all that, alright? Guy tells me, you know, I'm gonna give this guy $100 because we're the only 2 niggers that are gonna bring up this bed, the cursed bed. Yeah, and then he left a voicemail that he timed it so I wouldn't get it until hours later. And then when him and this biker friend brought up, and that we're unloading this other garbage. In fact, this is Jared. And the guy goes, it's not that heavy. I go, well, so when I sent Dale, I'm famous for my letters now too, just like that Greenberg guy or whatever, Ben Stiller. Yeah, the Larry letter, the Dale letter, all this fucking crap all up. Yeah, I'm famous for my letter writing now. And I said, well, yeah, man, every day I wake up and I try and find another way not to make you be my nigger. And it's just like, you know, because I don't need that shit. I don't know why somebody thinks I do, and it pisses me off. And I don't use those kind of words. And I told my cab driver, who was black, I told him, you know, I don't use that word, so you can use it in the wrong. In fact, I had to hush because that poor little kid in the back seat. So, you know, so I told him thank you too. Derek. Cab driver's name is Mike. Yeah, fuck that, you know. I mean, black people made all the best music, basically. Jazz, blues, R&B, Motown, all that crap. I mean, good crap. Leon Haywood. Talk about Leon Haywood, Don. Fine and Healthy Thing is a hit. Double Your Pleasure. I did double my pleasure one time, but that's another story. So yeah, well, this is the book report. See, and then somebody's gonna answer for this shit. You know, they try to keep me out of a nursing home. 50 grand a year, you know, for the parents, her parents, and Eastwood for me. So, goes to show you. Irish Catholic. Irish Catholic. Oh boy.
That goes out to Mike Marshall. Yeah, we got a few more. talking about my LSD. Talk is easy, but it's never free. Drug motif. All right. If somebody's got some lines that strychnine, cut out, send up a plate. Go ahead. And smile while you're doing it.
Sexy guy.
This is no rehearsal. We barely even met each other in the last year. Ron would do that.